What? That's right, if you guys have heard or haven't heard, Sony has confirmed in making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. As soon as I heard this random news, I had to get on camera and talk about this bullshit. And for those who don't know who Sonic the Hedgehog is, that is perfectly understandable, and this is why I'm here. Sonic the Hedgehog is the face and mascot of the company Sega and is probably one of the most recognizable faces in video game history. He emerged onto the scene in the early 90s in his very first video game, Sonic the Hedgehog, which appeared on the Sega Genesis, I believe? If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. He's just this cocky little speedster hedgehog who has a very annoying voice, but his games were fun and entertaining. That is, until the 90s were over. I'm serious, as soon as Sonic the Hedgehog franchise hit the mid-2000s, it just went completely downhill into shitty everything. The graphics, the storyline, the gameplay, the voiceovers, all that. Complete shit. And they have stayed that way ever since. Well, as far as I'm concerned. So what's going on in Sony's brain that makes them think it's okay to make a Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Granted, I do like Sonic the Hedgehog, and one of my favorite games growing up is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And yes, memories, summer nights, 8-year-old little me, I spent hours playing that on the Nintendo GameCube. But I look back on it now and all the things that I have mentioned on what made Sonic the Hedgehog shit on what it is now, I believe that's where it all started. Yes, it all started with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I mean, just take a look at this. The characters' faces, they just seem weird to me. And the graphics, they weren't even that good, even for the Nintendo GameCube. And the people looked a little bit fucked up right here. Even the city design of this game is terrible. And I'm serious, just take one look at these cities and you're just like, that's not real. However, I do think the best part of the game is raising the chows. Like seriously, I spent countless summer nights trying to raise these little fuckers with my older brother. But the game required you to play the actual game in order to get further in raising chows, which I thought was bullshit. And this game led up to some terrible spin-off games as well, such as Shadow the Hedgehog. Good lord, that was one of the worst games I've ever played. And once again, what makes Sony think it's okay to destroy Sonic the Hedgehog even more? And I'm only saying that because it is a ginormous stereotype for a video game to be made into a movie. And whenever a movie is being made based off a video game, most of them are god-awful. And 95% of them are god-awful. And some of them, I wish they never happened. I say the only good video game movie is Mortal Kombat. The movie's not good or bad, it's extremely cheesy, but it is one of the better video game movies. And I just have a feeling that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is gonna be part of that 95%. I mean, I could be totally wrong. They could get the right director, writers, voice actors, and the movie could be alright. It could be a fun summer action movie that is somewhat decent. But I highly doubt it. I really do. I mean, I had to talk about it, but we'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I have to get going. Peace.